Discomfort will make you grow. Through discomfort, you make your biggest growths. Now there's a difference with discomfort and suffering. Suffering is voluntary. Discomfort, that's getting out of your comfort zone. Or even being in a life situation that's out of your comfort zone. And sometimes those crises, those life situations are presented to us by the universe because we need them. We need them to grow. Our higher self knows that we're ready to grow. So it sends us those challenges. Those challenges so we could grow. It's a hidden seed. A seed, if you're intuitive, that you could capitalize on. My biggest growths have been through discomfort. My crisis pushed me to awaken and to change my old ways, to become new. It's a clear rebirth. You're new every single second. But with discomfort, you're pushed to grow. What we are is eternal expansion. We're always expanding every single day. Every single day you're making new connections. You're learning new things. You're trying new things. You're experiencing. The purpose of life is being and experiencing. We love it when we grow. Now you could have a slow, steady growth. Say you go to the gym once a week, you could have a slow growth. But if you really want to make that muscle, if you really want to take it to the next level in a short amount of time, you're going to have to feel discomfort. You're going to have to push your limits. Pushing your limits is fun. Like I said, discomfort isn't suffering. It's different. You could change the perspective. And when you change the perspective, you could enter a flow state and it becomes fun. Just like if you're an athlete, when you're challenged with an opponent or a team that's close to your level or a bit better than your level, it's fun because you know it's an opportunity for you to finally break your limits and grow. If you're talking about the scale of energy, when you want to move up a level of consciousness, usually you're going to go to that next level right there because it's closer to you. Now, if you want to do a big jump in energetically in consciousness, you're going to have to do some big work. You're going to have to address those great traumas, those deep situations that you have. And this is the thing, if you do that, make sure that you're tuning yourself and balancing yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because if one starts expanding exponentially and you don't take the other one with you too, there's going to be dramatic effects. It's like a car. If you give a small electric car or any car a huge engine, a supercar engine or a super electrical powerful battery to a small car, it's going to blow up the car if it's not receptive to it. So you got to balance everything. You got to work on yourself in all areas. I took a cold shower earlier today and it's winter now. And yes, it's uncomfortable. But there's a euphoria to it every time, after and even during it. Because I know each time I do that, I'm working out first of all my skin and it has great health benefits. I'm turning on my immune system, but also the thing that it does is that it allows me to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. It allows me to explore the unknown, or actually the known, but it's scary. It allows me to do the scary, and it exercises that muscle in me. How to go into the scary, how to go into the uncomfortable, and just do it. And what you realize is that you just do it. You keep going. And moment by moment, you get through it. You get the intuitions. You get the feeling of what to do. My awakening was pushed, was created, was made by my higher self in such a way that I had to go through something traumatic and really deep that would get me really uncomfortable, because that's what it took, what it had to take for me to let go of the ego and let go of my old self that was constructed by society. Society had ingrained many beliefs in me. I grew up Catholic, so that was something deep in me that I had to not jump out of, but become conscious of. I had to learn that and experience that there was other levels of consciousness and another way that reality worked. Not so much how society, my parents, my surroundings, social media, television had taught me. And at the time it was really painful because when I had my crisis, my identity collapsed. I did not know what life was. I did not know what I was. I knew right away that I was never going to be the same. That's what it felt like during the crisis, and that's what scared me the most. But that was my ego, my lower self, clinging for its life. It was holding on so deeply into me because it knew that the new was coming in and it wanted to stay there. Because energy, the ego will use all of its energy to try to hold on, because your identification with it is what gives it life. But my higher self knew that I was intuitively ready to make that jump. And even if it was going to be uncomfortable, my higher self always believed in me. Now you could say higher self, you could say God, you could say source believed in me. My guides believed in me. They believed in me. Even though my conscious self might have been like, whoa, like this hurts, this is really painful, like what's the whole point of this? I wish I just could go back to my old self, like I wish this crisis never happened. Here's the thing, when you get through that crisis, when you get through that discomfort, just like a cold shower, every time you step out the cold shower and you feel really proud of yourself for doing it, and you feel euphoric, when you get through your crisis and you grow through it, and you consciously grow through it, you know that you grew from it, and you change your perceptions and you get the intuitions, and you learn that that crisis actually pushed you to become who you are now, and you learn this from that, which probably would have not happened if you hadn't gone through the crisis. You start blessing the crisis, and you start thanking the crisis, and you start loving discomfort. And like I said, this is key. Make a difference in your mind, in your intuition, that there is a difference between discomfort and suffering. Suffering is psychological pain, psychological torture you inflict on yourself. Yes, a lot of circumstances, a lot of things are very painful. I've felt that. But don't make it more painful for yourself by making a victim story or by falling into that negative energy. Because like energy attracts like energy. So negative energy, victim energy is going to attract the same situation in your life. Like I said, crises usually happen so they could push you to awaken to a deeper level of consciousness, or if your ways aren't the most empowered, to push you to get those empowered ways. So believe in yourself. I believe in you. I know in the time that I was awakening, that I was going through my crisis, it was really hard, and motivation was hard. But looking at videos that were motivational, getting role models that I saw that were empowered, visualizing myself as strong, as how I am right now, visualizing a future self of me that's strong, and feeling as I am already that version of myself, and starting to put the actions every single second, and being proud of myself and happy every single second that I make my bed, every single second that I take that cold shower, every single second that I breathe, every single second that I eat a meal, a nutritious meal, or any meal at all. There was a point where I had to reteach myself how to eat. It's a victory. Your intuition will tell you what's empowering you. You'll feel it. But sincerely, I believe in you, and you can change your life. In fact, you already are changing your life. You're taking the steps. Like I said, like energy attracts like energy. So if you're watching this video, it's because you're in a state where you're empowered, or you want to empower yourself, or you're awakening. This video found you by synchronicity. I'm talking to you from source, from the deepest of my being. I believe in you. You can do it. Put in the steps every single day, every single present moment, and enjoy the process. Like I said, when you change the perspective of life being hard to life being a fun challenge, kind of like Goku, if you guys are familiar with Dragon Ball Z or animes, or even superhero movies, when the superhero or the anime character goes through hardships or hard, difficult battles, but he grows from them, she grows from them. Every single second they're training, something bad happens, but during the fight they're growing, or during the workouts they're growing. They're getting new insights, new intuitions that they could have not gotten otherwise. And it's interesting, we love watching these things, we love growth, like I said. Expanding is in our DNA, expanding is what we are. Sincerely, I see your higher self, I see that prince, that king, that queen, that empress. And I see that being that you so vibrantly are, because you're perfect just as you are right now too. The moment that you find out that you're already complete and that you are whole, it will begin to translate, because the answers lie inside of you. So accept yourself as you are now, but know that as you are now, your nature is to keep expanding. So just have fun doing it, guys. I love each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and gained something from it. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the video, or what insights you reached, or just what knowledge you want to give the community and everyone. Put some inspiring things down there, some motivational stories. Put your testimonials of how discomfort has pushed you to grow. Or take a moment and reflect on your life and think about how you grew. What are the things that caused you to grow? Whether it be in sports, in finances, in business, in school, in anything. Guys, I'm really proud of you. Have a beautiful day. Peace.